ladies and gentlemen, knowing that I'm in pretty bad shape financially and having undergone really bad hacking troubles since I mentioned a link between volcanoes in California, I actually had to lay here for an hour or two and say, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to talk about this? Do I really want to talk about volcanoes? Well, I'm all in on your planetary defense commander. So, yeah, we have a Alerta Roja. Conrad, Guatemala, declared Alerta Roja en respuesta a la fifth erupción del Volcano de Fuego in 2018. That means it's the fifth eruption of the Guatemalan volcano in 2018. And the thing about the Guatemalan volcano is it puts out possible pyroclastic flow, which is like 1,300 degree lava. It's really bad stuff. So there's an official red alert, and that's why I try and remind people that you got volcanoes exploding in Guatemala and have been, and Mexico. So a lot of people are just trying to escape from volcanoes, man. Red alert. Conred declares red alert in response to the fifth eruption in 2018. Almost 4,000 people evacuated this Monday. Warning. Caution against potential pyroclastic flows. They report ashfall. Okay. So here's some video of the eruption this morning. As you can see, that's a whole lot of ash, dude. There's a ton of ash. And then is not. Oh, hello. Do I have someone with me now? Sweet. Explosion de Volcano Popocatépetl in Mexico is from an hour ago. Hace uno minutos. So we have explosion of the volcano Popocatépetl in Mexico a few minutes ago. Emission column 2 kilometers high volcanic alert in yellow phase. And then this is super bad flooding in Saudi Arabia. I know the videos on it have been pretty just mind-blowingly like, oh my God, so weird. And Jen Barclay, 2 recent papers on Tungurahua from Cyril Muller and drivers behind recent eruption. Now, the theory that I postulated is that, from my research, planetary orbital angular momentum is a thing, and when all the planets or all the gas giants are on the same side of the sun, it causes imbalance in the solar system, which creates more pressure on almost everything, including the sun and the planets. And so I tracked back, the 7 volcanoes that were erupting in the United States and up through Canada, erupting in the early 1800s when all the gas giants were on the same side. And that was when we had the big New Madrid earthquake on the East Coast. And so until Jupiter gets back around, we're going to have some serious Earth changes going on. And my theory, has been that with all the solar wind hitting, that there's a lot of energy going into the auroras, into the core, causing the planet to grow. Science doesn't agree with it, but their theories on volcanoes are pretty weak. No offense, science. So, NOAA's Goes East satellite captured the violent eruption of Guatemala's Fuego volcano earlier today. The eruption spewed a cloud of ash nearly 23,000 feet into the sky and has forced thousands to evacuate. And you know what? That doesn't even look like anywhere near as much smoke as the wildfires. Though that is like comparing apples to oranges. But remember, both of these are on the Ring of Fire. Oh, I should have pulled this up earlier. Sorry. Volcano activity today. No, that's not what I'm looking for. And so, yeah, you got, man, it's more than just the carbon. What the heck? And so, if you can see, like, that's the Ring of Fire. And those are all the active volcanoes along the Ring of Fire. And so, there's a volcano range all the way through here. Well, it gets me in trouble to mention it. I think it's a thing. But where was one? There was another one, Krakatoa, I think, erupted the other day. Yeah, the volcano activity is increasing. And as I'd said with the wildfires in California, I said if it was the thermal heating that came through the vents or just the heating below, one way to tell was we'd probably see rain soon after. And hey, as I'm pointing out, the West Coast is now about to get hit with wave after wave after wave of rain. And so we got more weather problematic situations ahead. Make that. And as you know, I think this is in it shows some pretty nasty storms coming through coast to coast. And I'm really concerned about what it looks like it's going to pick on Florida as the streams we've seen come through move actually more east as opposed to north. Though they still want to take a turn, but it looks like they're going to be heading out, which means Florida's probably going to be getting hit more. But we definitely got to watch any type of development, because the two volcanoes are right down here. And then, this has California, like it's got the reds, the oranges, the purples. Looks like the West Coast is about to get nailed with some pretty heavy rain over the next 2 weeks. So, just prepare as best you can. And I will do my best to keep you informed. But yeah, I mean, there's been some pretty crazy shit in the models as far as the end of the month. It looks like the models are just predicting some weird stuff, some retrograding stuff, and just the whole area looks pretty wild. And these do look like the processes that carved out the entire coast. But yeah, look at that one. See? That is nasty, dude. That is nasty. Well, I will continue to bring you guys what I know to be the truth as long as I can. Though it does really help with your contributions and donations to keep the show up and running. I will leave my PayPal link at the bottom. And Texas to flood everybody's pretty much on high alert. We're all on alerta roja or rojo, you know what I'm saying? So, people can get upset at me, but I've done an amazing job. I know that. If things weren't so totally screwy, then things would be different. But I chose to bet it all on uniting the people and getting them ready for these earth weather changes together. And, if that's a failing play, then, well, there weren't any other options, because I didn't want to be a bad guy in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Everybody stay cool, and I want you to have a happy Thanksgiving. All right? I love you. It's going to get better. I've been saying it was going to be you can go back. I've been saying it's going to get shitty until like the end of November. And so I'm guessing about the 24th, 25th. The weather may stay crazy, but hopefully people's attitudes will get better. Because that is really the number one thing keeping us down. So please stay cool, channel your best inner self. And, if you're on the West Coast, I would just continue to watch and monitor the area around you. There was a 5.1 earthquake in the Caribbean, and I've been talking about there are volcanoes down here. I wouldn't be shocked to see a volcano in the Caribbean, and that whole storm there, beginning of September, does not look good at all. So we could see volcanic activity here as well. So, and is it a coincidence that this area of the Pacific put out a record number of hurricanes and then sent them west, as you have 2 erupting volcanoes going on and off all year? No, I don't think it is. All right. You guys are cool. Peace out.